Hey everyone, it's Eric Thor here. Who am I here with today?
Robby Lee.
Nice to meet you.
Definitely.
So this is a really spontaneous encounter. I just saw you with this sign. It says, "You are loved, think nice."
I had to bring it up there.
Yeah. So you've been just walking around with these signs today. Why do you do it?
I try to be the change that I want to see in the world.
Huh.
You know, like everybody talks about everything that they don't like in the world, but I don't see a lot of people taking action. So I've been on a spiritual journey for 5 years, and I just think it's really important to spread love and let people know that they're creating their exact reality that they're living.
So you say you started a spiritual journey 5 years ago. Why did you do that?
A combination of a lot of things, COVID was part of it. I got a divorce. My sister took her life. Like, there was a lot of things that put that into play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that start for you? If you want to get into spirituality, how did you start to get into that?
Well, I think we naturally just run off programs that we learn from childhood. And so, I decided that I wanted to see who I am internally and why I think certain ways, understand the programs I'm running, my thoughts and stuff like that. So I just decided to basically put everything in my life on hold. Business. I sold my coffee company at that time, and I just decided to spend some time trying to figure out who this guy is, who this being is in this body, and why I'm here, or just align more with myself instead of just on the take and just, I want to do this, or I want this car, or I want this, but honestly, who I am, why I think this way, and then install new programs and figure out the man I want to be. And so after a long, long journey, I have found out that you just have to be the highest version of yourself. And that's all you have to do in life. And be as delusional as you can and create the most beautiful picture you can of yourself.
It's really nice talking to you, by the way. I can tell you got a lot of wisdom in you and a lot of experience. It all seems like these kind of decisions must have been very difficult to make in the moment when you were choosing to make these journeys. You had these issues with bureaucracy, with the system, dealing with all these legalities and everything. You must have asked yourself, what am I doing? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is the universe trying to tell me not to do this or something because of all these issues? But you push through. What do you think that is?
Well, I know I'm fully supported by a power that I can't comprehend. So, and you're never alone. You're always, there's always, you are God. You are created in the image of God, and everything you look at yourself, you are a creator. So I go back and forth. I know I'm fully supported, and I know I'm always in the right place at the right time, because how would it be if you were supposed to be here and you're over there? That doesn't even make logical sense.
Yeah.
So, when I do get scared or worried, how things are going to work out, how am I going to get a work permit, or how am I going to migrate to Europe or Sweden? I know that wherever I'm supposed to be is where I will be. So you kind of have to get out of your own way, take a deep breath, know you're fully supported by powers you can't comprehend, know that you have a path and you're on your path every moment of your life, The
question I'm really asking is, in my previous video, I talked about what the difference is between intuition and fear, and how you know what's intuition and what's fear. But in this case, the question is almost, how do you know what is a message from the universe to do something, that you're on the right path, and what is just an obstacle that you have to overcome that is going to take you where you need to be?
Well, I'd say there's no wrong choices. I just think everything in this world is neutral, and we apply the meaning. So if you are everybody would ideally like a perfectly orchestrated sign that said you're supposed to go ride a bike to this park and meet this person,
Yes.
But then how fun would that be if you like knew everything? So I think that not knowing is super beautiful, and we are experiencing heaven on earth, like this conversation, the people you're gonna meet. It's so beautiful, and if you just like can get out of your own way and get out of your head and get into your heart and get into your gut, like your mind will play tricks on you. You could convince yourself of anything that you want, anything you are, anything you desire.
Yes.
But as soon as you go into your heart space or start learning to train your gut, like put your hand on your stomach and ask yourself questions that aren't true, and see if you get a feeling there, and then like wait a little bit and ask yourself something that it's true and see if you get a different feeling there.
That's what I do every single time. It's such a superpower. Like more people should know this skill. It's really just stop yourself, take a deep breath, and ask yourself yes and no questions. Like, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? Yes or no. Like it should be as easy and clear cut as possible. And then just listen to your own response. You'll find that your mind immediately gravitates towards one option or the other. You always know what you want to do. Your logic will be like making pro-con lists and will analyze forever, but your gut knows immediately what it wants to do.
Yeah, and so like somebody like me who's a little older, who has not trained their gut or not been in their heart space, been in their head the whole time, it's difficult to do that. I think somebody that's younger and maybe they're more malleable, or maybe they have more of a sense or more in tune with their body, that it's easier to train your gut. But the mind, like you really want to get out of the mind and get into your heart space or your stomach and try just start learning that superpower and figure out like how to train that, how to make decisions, because those decisions are not with the ego.
You were talking about signs from the universe before, and I hope you realize that you are a sign from the universe for a lot of people, right? When you stand on the central station with this sign, yes, a lot of people will walk by and not think anything of it and will just move on about their day. But some people, like that woman who came up to you, will be really affected by that, and that will change how they act that day and how they are and what decisions they make. Everything will be different because of that message. So you are reaching people with what you do, and I think you should feel very good about that.
Thank you. It cheers me up to hear you say that. Yeah, like the lady was focused on what was happening in Palestine and stuff, and I had this conversation, and she's creating that reality and that feeling in her body, and she's choosing that, and she can choose something else. We can focus on what's beautiful and the flowers and the people and the interactions, but you can focus on whatever you want to focus on, and that will be your reality. So yeah, I got so many smiles, and it's such a beautiful morning. I'm sitting here just thinking like, why am I this guy, standing in a train station in Sweden with a sign that says you love you, or you create your own reality, or chase your crazy dreams. But I guess it feels good. I haven't always been the nice, kind person that I am. This is a new program I'm running, but this is a program I'm running because it feels good, and it feels good to operate in love, and it feels good to build other people up, and it feels good to see a person smile when they're, you don't know what people are going through, and if other people are going through the same war that I've had in my head, then how beautiful is it to tell somebody that they're loved, or that it's okay, or that they're creating their reality, and like, man, maybe you could snap somebody out. Maybe I'm causing a ripple effect that will change somebody's life indefinitely.
Yes.
And if I can do that every day, it's just beautiful,
Absolutely. Just talking to you, you gave me this image that appeared, and it was seeing you standing there and maybe like holding up that sign and maybe asking yourself like, why am I doing this, and does anyone care, and am I just a weirdo or for doing this or something?
You have all those thoughts when you're doing that.
Yeah. It takes so much guts to stand up against the default program of everyday conventions of what people normally do and how people normally act. act in these kind of situations and to make your own path, essentially. In all of this, like, I think you gave me the answer, and that is like, how do you tell the difference between what the default program is and what the what the universe wants us to do? Essentially, the answer to that is, just ask yourself, what is my purpose, and like just listen to that purpose. I think because I think that is like, if I'm thinking about doing something and if I keep imagining something or seeing something in my head, I should go and do it. I should try it out. I should at least see where it takes me. Maybe there will be difficulties. Maybe there will be a bureaucracy of travel arrangements. Maybe there will be people that come up and say silly things or don't understand, essentially. But
you can create any of those in your head so quickly. I mean, I don't even know, what do we have, like 90,000 thoughts a day or more, so
more probably.
And like, that's another thing. When I wake up, you just keep your body still and you just observe your mind and look at the thoughts that are coming in. Are they new thoughts? Are they yesterday's thoughts? Are they thoughts that benefit me? Are they thoughts that I want? So just really try and lock that in. But I think if it feels uncomfortable, but that thought just keeps coming in your head, you should probably do it. Again, as long as you're not hurting anybody. But if you have an idea and it's like, oh man, I can't go stand in public with a sign that says love you, like, oh, I can't do that. But then that thought just keeps coming in your head, then like, man, just do it. And then if you do it and you don't like to do it, you on to the next thing.
When you get an intuition about something, like when you get an idea, that's because that idea shows you. That idea thought you were the right person to do this. And you can choose to let that idea go if you don't feel like it's right for you. And it will probably move on to somebody else that is more worthy of it.
Michael Jackson and Prince had that same thing when they came up with the song, that they had to get up at, like, as soon as they had that idea and make that song, because if Michael Jackson didn't make it, then Prince would. If Prince didn't make it, then Michael Jackson. And so you're correct. And I think Rick Rubin talks about this a little bit, where it's when you have an idea, it's that time for that ideas to manifest, and that idea has picked your vessel. And if you're not going to do it, it's going to pick somebody else to do it or somebody else to do it. So, what do you have? You have like 3 to 5 seconds when you have an idea. If you're in public, like if you see somebody you want to talk to, and if you don't, it's like that's gone forever. So just like, and again, I think it's like, it's hard because we trust in our mind so much, or we're trusting the system so much. But how do you really start trusting the universe, or the God within, or how do you start really aligning yourself with that? Like that's your superpower,
Yes, I remember earlier you said that once you open up, the universe will open up for you. But I think the universe is already open. It's us that open up and see the openness of it, essentially. Because all those opportunities, I think we would grow dizzy if we thought of all the opportunities we had at any given moment, every single day. Because that's living in abundance, essentially.
So we need to make sure that our thoughts are benefiting us, and that's what Think Nice Now is all about. It's all about, like, man, our thoughts are so powerful. You can, if I had one superpower, it would be that all my thoughts would benefit me. They would all be beneficial thoughts, because so many of my thoughts don't benefit me. So many of my thoughts hold me back. And just like, man, if you can get in control of your thoughts, it changes your whole world. It changes other people's world, and everything internal is cause and everything is external is effect. If you want to change your external world, you have to change your internal world. And when you change your internal world, your external world has no choice. In front of you, it will dissolve. Physical things will dissolve, and then your external world will be rebuilt accordingly. So if you want a new life, if you want a new everything, you love whatever, you change your internal world and everything will change. Most people are looking for external things to change their life or whatnot, but it's all internal. And like we are, my friend says something like we're holographic beings of light reflecting a holographic world or something. And it's like, yeah, it seems kind of crazy, but at the end of the day, I know I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, yeah.
So it's been really, really nice talking to you. If you would summarize, like, what does think nice mean for you? Like, how does it benefited you to try and apply this concept?
Think nice now. Like, I've been trying to write a mission statement for that because I'm developing a website and stuff. And, I think it's a mental health positive movement. And I was trying to figure out, like, what can we all get behind? Because there's so much separation. You could find data on everything. Is the sky blue? Oh no, it's actually white, or whatever.
Red, I've heard.
Yeah, red. So you can find supporting data on both sides of everything anymore. Yeah. So, but can we all get behind one thing, that thinking nice about ourselves and about each other would benefit everybody? Like, is there one thing in this world that we can all agree on? Like, that's what think nice is about. It's just about changing your own world, and then that just is a ripple effect and changes everybody else's world. So think nice, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Everything in this world is a thought. Your entire reality is your thought. And, once you realize how powerful thought is, we should probably be thinking nice, Yeah,
it's been so nice talking to you. Good luck with that mission.
I want to say one thing about you that inspires me is I've noticed, and not just you, my best friend is 21 years old, and it's so great to see people like yourself so knowledgeable and to have a conversation at such a young age, because this is something in my 20s or my 30s I wasn't even aware of or thinking, so to have this conversation, how you talk about anxiety or just being able to be on this level is so cool, because you're young and you got so many more years, and to be this aware or awoke, it's just beautiful. So it's so cool to see young people these days that are in a mindset that is gonna just propel them, and that's what's exciting too. Is like, look at, man, we're all becoming more awake and aware and more conscious, and like, it's beautiful. So congratulations on where you're at on your mind and stuff right now, because you're a lot further than a lot of people.
That's really nice of you to say. Like, this is also something I noticed when I go up and talk to people a lot. People are so appreciative, so kind. So, and I also noticed that when they talk, they actually all have these ideas inside them too. It's just that they're not thinking about them. They're not conscious of them. I think you had when you were 20 or 30, you had these ideas within you as well. It was just that you were not focusing on them. You were focusing on other things. And I think that's, what these conversations are all about. It's getting people to really dig inside and see what are the thoughts I actually have inside me. What is the wisdom I already hold? Because there is more inside you than you realize.
Yeah, I wish I could say, yeah, I had these thoughts and stuff, but when it was pretty programmed in me to, get a job, go to school, get married, get a house, get a 2-car garage, get 2 cars, and to do that. So the system was pretty programmed into me. So me spending time thinking about who I was or why I have these thoughts or something really wasn't in my awareness. It was just do. And I think maybe that's American culture too, to just be on the take and just like try and just get whatever you want, just get it, So although I appreciate those words, I didn't start until probably like 40 years old. And then I just was like, whoa, why do I do these things and stuff like that? But everybody's journey there's no destination, so everybody's journey is at the perfect time.
Yeah, absolutely. I could talk to you all day. I'm going to let you go back to your latte and cinnamon bun. This is a typical Swedish fika right there.
Yeah.
Have a great time, everyone. And
aloha. I love you. Take care.
Take care.